I'm gonna go ahead and put you on the And welcome back to the Dead Beer Garden, because regardless of the time of year you're watching this video, it's the middle of winter. It's a brisk winter's day here. And before I forget about it, if you're here because you like beer, and let's be honest, why else would you be here? Please tap that subscribe button down below, because I have low self-esteem, and lots of subscribers and followers makes me feel really good about myself. All right, back by popular demand. Well, I shouldn't say back, because this is a first-time brew review for Voodoo Ranger, which is hard to say all that in one shot, but here we go. Juicy Haze IPA, weighing in at 7.5%, 12-ounce can, and this is one of New Belgium's products, the Voodoo Ranger. Check out some of my other brew reviews of New Belgium, Fat Tire, and the Voodoo Ranger series, which since I started doing it, I've been getting more and more requests for more and more Voodoo Ranger beers. So up this round is the Juicy Haze IPA, described as India Pale Ale brewed with spice. You know me and spicy beers. Not big on the spicy beers. Let's pop the top, see what we got. Yeah, all right. Time for the pour into the brand new, soon to be sold out, a Beer Snob's Cheap Brew Review pint glass. Time for the liquid to hit the lips, and even got the 2023 right there on that. Very nice, very nice. Let's give it a pour, shall we? Oh, I guess I better get it up there in the camera so you can see it. All right. Always careful to not touch the can to the glass or the bottle to the glass, whatever you're pouring the alcohol from. Never touch it to the glass that you're pouring it into. It's bad beer etiquette, so I've been told. All right, well, it's lived up to its title so far. It is hazy. Look at that. Another one of those beers that look like a questionable urine sample. Maybe some UTI involved with that. I don't know. Maybe I might want to take some antibiotics for this. Let's give it a nose, shall we? Let's nose it on in there. It says Juicy Haze IPA with spices. I'm barely detecting any notes of juiciness. I'm getting a little bit of floral in there, but overall, not much to speak of. Okay, 7.5%. And, time for the liquid to hit the lips. I don't want to drink alone, so grab yourself a beer, and here we go. Cheers. Now, I've said this before, that I'm not really sophisticated enough to appreciate IPAs. I'm not a big IPA guy, but I figured, why don't I try to grow a little bit and just tackle IPAs full frontal and see if I can develop a taste for it. And I have to say, at least with the Voodoo series, I'm developing a little bit of a taste for it. I'm feeling it out a little more. And coming up at the end of this brew review, I'm going to rate this beer, Voodoo Ranger Juicy Haze IPA, out of 5 stars. How good a brew is it? Got this for a 12-pack for around $15, so this definitely is not in the cheap brew category. And some of you are hammering me on it. Hey, what happened? You started out with cheap brews, and that's what we like you to do. Well, let's be honest, there are only so many cheap brews in the world. And I've almost run out of cheap brews, at least around here. So we've had to broaden the menu a little bit. And also suggestions. We've been taking your suggestions of brews that you would like me to review. It's not necessarily cheap. So down below, hit me up with some suggestions of brews you would like to see me review, as I just burped up a little bit of my Jersey Mike's sub sandwich that I had. Tastes just as good the second time going down. Okay, look at the lacing is hanging in there. You know what I say about lacing? If a beer has good lacing, that's a sign of good quality. Head's sort of hanging in there a little bit. It was a little bubbly and frothy. I figured that would go away, but no, that's still sticking around. And here's another little beer drinking pro tip. This is something that I do. If you notice when I'm drinking, I keep my little finger under the glass. I do that because inevitably, if you're going to be drinking something out of a glass, a pint glass, it gets sweaty sometimes, it gets watery and slips right out of your hand. That's why I always drink with the little pinky finger under the glass. Holds it right there. It makes your chance of dropping it a lot less, especially when you've had 7 or 8 of these 7.5% beers. Okay, as far as juiciness goes, this is very light on the juiciness. I know the trend in IPAs now, everybody's going juicy and everybody's going hazy. This is on the, like I said, lighter end of the juicy beers. Not a whole lot. It's very light on the nose with juiciness. I don't smell a lot. Some of the other ones, you just get punched right in the face with a bouquet of hops and juice. And not so with the Voodoo Ranger Juicy Haze IPA. This is very subtle. It's not really, unless my palate is stabilizing, not terribly bitter either for an IPA. So who would be drinking Voodoo Ranger Juicy Haze IPA? I would say ladies with a very high alcohol tolerance. If you don't like IPAs, I think you could take this on just fine. Like I said, I'm not an IPA guy, and yeah, I'd crack open a few of these. If anything, if I have to say anything negative, some of the back end nose, it didn't sound quite right, but some of the nose on the back end, well, that didn't sound right either. You know, the after smell. I do get the smell of like a freshly washed glass. All right, get to the score, they say. Get to the score. At a 5 stars, 5 being a very good Brew Voodoo Ranger IPA, Juicy Haze IPA. I'm going to ring you up. It is very good in quality. I'm trying to rank it as someone who would drink IPAs on the regular. I'm going to go ahead and put you on the 4 shelf. 4 points. 1 out of 5 stars. Hey, I appreciate you sub and support here on this channel. I don't buy subscribers. I don't boost. I'm extremely cheap, and I don't like to spend money on anything except good beer. So I don't pay for any subscribers. All those subscribers you see right there are 100% real people, maybe bots, but I didn't buy them. And so I rely on you, the beer lover, to share this video and tell others about it. Love to hear from you down below. And I pride myself on responding to every positive comment. It may take me a little while because I'm getting a lot more comments lately. But love to hear your thoughts on Voodoo Ranger Juicy Haze IPA and also other suggestions of beers you would like me to review, and I'll put it on the list. And hey, it's a beautiful day here in the Dead Beer Garden in the middle of wintertime, regardless of the time of the year you're watching this video. So grab yourself a beer and you drink that beer. Cheers.